Tony Santo here with a review of Hyperlite Mountain Gear's 4400 Southwest Ultralight Backpack. This is Hyperlite Mountain Gear's 4400 Southwest Backpack. It has a 60-pound load capacity. It has an internal capacity of 70 liters externally on these three pockets, one on the side, one in the middle, and one on this side, of about 9.8 liters. And it stands 38.5 inches tall, which can be rolled down to the size of your internal contents of the bag, which is really nice, so you're not carrying around a giant empty bag. And there are these straps with buckles on the side that you cinch it down nice and snug so nothing's going to be moving around in the backpack, so that's really nice. It also has some straps that go over the top, which it's a little bit challenging when there's nothing in here to show you guys this, but it's got, again, some buckles here that you could put, let's say, a bear box or something on top, or whatever doesn't fit in the bag, or you don't want to put in the bag and you want easy access to, more frequent access to, you could actually put that on top of the pack. It also comes with these additional loops here for accessories, which I probably won't ever use, honestly, because I just like to have everything inside the pack so it doesn't get snagged on anything, and I really don't want to carry around a bulky backpack. You've got these side hip pockets, which are really nice. You can fit your cell phone in there, small camera. You can fit a satellite phone in here. Those can be quite large, and that fits reasonably well into the pocket. It has an emergency whistle if you need that on this particular buckle. It's got your typical adjustments for the straps around the shoulders and whatnot to make it more comfortable for you. It also has a belt that goes around your waist, so you can cinch that nice and snug, so it basically feels like the backpack is an extension of your body. As far as warranty is concerned, it has a 1-year warranty. It's made out of this Dyneema material. I don't honestly know much about that fiber, but it's supposed to be somewhat water resistant and abrasion resistant, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. It only weighs 2.45 pounds, if I haven't said that, which is the main reason why I went for this pack, is because it's ultra light. By definition, according to what the internet says, anything under 3 pounds is ultralight, and this definitely flips the bill. When I have my 8x10 setup with 3 film holders, 2 lenses, my light meter, and a few other odds and ends, my entire pack only weighs about 24 pounds, a little less than that, which is absolutely fantastic and makes it much more enjoyable when you go on a hike. So hopefully when you start to add all that camping gear, if it's ultra light, it won't go much past, let's say, 35 pounds, which will make any kind of multi-day hikes out at, let's say, a place like Neon Canyon, for example, more enjoyable to go into the canyon and come back out and put less wear on you so that you can have a little more energy to actually enjoy the place. There were 4 criteria that I used to judge the packs that are on the market. Number 1 being comfort. Does the pack make me feel like I'm carrying around an 8x10 camera setup? I really want to enjoy my hike and not be thinking about how heavy and bulky my equipment is. So that was important to me, that the pack was comfortable. Number 2 was, is the pack lightweight? I don't want to carry around extra dead weight. That's just going to increase the load that I have to carry with each step that I take on the hike. That takes away from the enjoyment of the great outdoors. Number 3, the pack needs to be voluminous enough to carry not only my 8x10 setup, but also any camping gear that I need to go out into the backcountry for 3 or 4 nights. And number 4, it needs to be durable. I don't mind paying a premium price, but can it withstand the rigors of hiking for the long term? Now, I've only had the pack for a couple of months now, and I've used it for 3 hikes totaling less than 10 miles total. So I haven't had it very long, so this is really more of a first impressions of the pack more than anything else. So let's take a look at these areas individually. All right, let me get this thing on. And let's get the chest strap on. We'll get the waist strap on. Ooh, that's comfortable. It feels like a featherweight, even though my camera setup is about 24 pounds, which is actually fairly light. And I'll produce another ultralight video to show you how I got the camera system down to just under 24 pounds. But comfort-wise, this is fantastic. The first time I put this pack on, I just thought, wow, this is so comfortable. Unlike my previous pack, which I'm going to turn sideways here and show you, when I would hike, I always felt like I was leaning forward and having the bend at the waist here, so putting a lot of pressure on my lower back. Whereas this pack now, I can actually hike with my hiking poles and stand up straight. And so that's distributing, the pack is distributing the weight across the hips and down through the legs, which is where you want it, so that you're not putting a lot of strain on your back. So it's very, very comfortable. And as far as comfort is concerned, this pack gets an A+ in my opinion. As far as the weight of the backpack, it only weighs 2.45 pounds. It's a very simple design. There's no padding except for the shoulder straps, of course. It's a giant duffel bag, essentially, that you stuff all your stuff into using pods. So it's a simple design. I appreciate that. I value the savings in weight. My previous backpack weighed over 6 pounds, so I am cutting out extra weight that I just don't need to be carrying around. And when you're talking about hiking miles and miles and miles, that adds up and can take a significant toll on you. So as far as Hyperlite and the job that they did with weight, I think they get an A+. As far as the volume is concerned, this bag stands 38.5 inches tall and can fit quite a bit. My 8x10 setup is right about here, so I've got maybe like 16 to 18 inches of space that I can put my camping gear into. And don't forget that there are also these pockets that wrap around the front of the pack that you can also put stuff into. So I'm pretty sure that I can get all of my overnight gear into this pack in addition to the 8x10 camera setup. And I'll just show you real quick what I've got in here so far. And again, I'll make another video on my ultralight setup, but I've got these 2 pods. I've got a very compact tripod, 3 film holders, and my Intrepid 8x10 Mark II camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but again, as I was saying earlier, it's just a giant tube that you put all these pods into. It's a very simple design. I like the simplicity of it. I like using these padded cases. I think it really works out nice, especially to keep all your equipment organized. So for volume-wise, I think, because I haven't, again, tried all my camping gear, and I don't even have all that camping gear that's ultralight yet, I think it will accommodate all of that gear. So I'm going to say A+, but I'm yet to determine that. So that's pending me checking out the ultralight gear and what I can actually get into this pack. So as far as durability is concerned, please remember that I've only had this pack for a couple of months. I got it at the end of September, and I've gone on a total of 3 hikes for a total of less than 10 miles. So I really haven't put it through its paces, and those hikes were very mild hikes. One was in Death Valley, another one was in Zion, another one was at the Grand Canyon. So I wasn't doing any serious overnight hikes with it. It was just me going out with my camera, hiking on some trails, and taking some photographs. Now this is an area that is really frustrating for me, and I hate to report this, but as of the filming of this video, I gotta say the durability has not impressed me at all, because in the short time that I've owned this, and more so the very few times that I've used it, somehow, I don't know if you can see that, but that's my finger at the bottom of this pack. It's already worn a hole through the 2 layers that the company reports that they have made the bottom out of. They supposedly put 2 layers of whatever this material is. I think it's Dyneema. I'm not even sure, honestly, but on their website it does clearly state what type of material this is. And it's already worn a hole, and you can see some other areas, like this spot right here is wearing down right on the seam. There's some stitching that's coming out there. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's another little hole. There's some sand dunes coming out there from Death Valley. There's a hole there that has formed as well. So you can imagine my frustration. I paid a premium price for this bag. In 2020 dollars, it was $380. That's steep, extraordinarily steep. For a pack that costs that much, I shouldn't have these kinds of issues. What am I supposed to do? Replace the pack every 2 months and shell out $380? I think not. So as far as durability is concerned, so far I'm not impressed one bit. I will be sending this pack off to the company this week. So eventually, hopefully, I get a response from them as far as what they're going to do about this, and we'll see how this video ends. Currently, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, whether they're just going to repair the issue, which really doesn't solve the long-term durability if they're using the same material, because it's just going to happen again. Or are they going to replace the pack with something more durable? I'm not quite sure. I really am not. But at this point, all I can tell you is that I am not impressed with the durability of this pack. Unfortunately, I hate to say that about a product, but it's just not holding up to the rigors of hiking. Very frustrating. So as far as customer service is concerned, here's been my experience so far. I went online, submitted my information with my order number and the purchase date and all that stuff and the problem I was having. They even let you upload photos, and I think I sent them a picture of the hole that's on the bottom of the bag. And in about a day or two, you'll get a response. I think I got mine within, let's say, a day and a half of submitting that form online. And I got a response that surprised me a little bit, in that, one, I felt like there were tones of, oh, that doesn't look like a warranty issue. That looks like a user problem. I went on 3 mild hikes, totaling no more than 10 miles. I got a hole in the bottom of my bag with other areas showing wear. I'm not quite sure that that's a user problem. The load capacity of this pack is 60 pounds according to the website. That's what they rate their packs at. I'm carrying less than 24 pounds. I'm really not sure how I've abused this bag any, which is really frustrating. Because furthermore, when you go on their website, not only is the bottom double reinforced, but the president and CEO and the founder of the company, Mr. St. Pierre, has a nice little paragraph about why he started the company. And the reason why he started the company was because he couldn't find anything on the market that suited his outdoorsman activities. And in their marketing of this pack, which does make you feel really good about buying the pack, it certainly made me feel confident in the durability despite the lightweight material that this thing is made out of. They state, and this is a quote, that the pack is remarkably light and durable. I don't know about durable. It is light, but I don't know about durable. There's another section of the website that states, it is built to last longer no matter how you use them. I used this pack lightly, and I've got these issues going on. I don't think this pack would last more than a couple of months of some serious hikes, if that. So I'm not sure, based on what the company is saying and how I've used the pack and what I'm hearing from customer service, that those are all jiving together. They seem a little contradictory. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I've actually emailed, I've been this past week emailing the company back and forth, the same person in their warranty service department. And I finally got this person to basically say, just send the pack out, maybe there's something missing that we've overlooked that we can't see in the photos. And I did send additional photos. So hopefully they'll recognize and be able to say with confidence that it's either the construction or the materials maybe aren't as durable as they're claiming they should be. Now, here's something important that I'd like to convey as well. Now, the reason why I bought the 4400 Southwest is because it comes in black material. It's either black or you get white. Now, if you've ever been hiking, you know that you set your pack down all over the place and it's going to collect dust, and especially with the deserts of southern Utah, you get all that red dust everywhere. The bag's going to look really dirty and dingy when you get a white backpack. So that's why I opted for the black backpack, because as far as the volume is concerned, the Southwest and the other model that I was looking at, which is called the North Rim, you can get them in the same volume. They have the same setup. The only difference is that the North Rim only comes in white, and it doesn't have the compartment inside the bag for the water bladder. So I didn't go for that one because it only comes in white, and I didn't want my backpack looking really dingy and dirty. So now what I'm thinking is maybe I should have got that backpack, and I'm hoping that this company recognizes that this may be not the most durable backpack, and that for someone like me that the North Rim would be more appropriate because the materials just don't hold up. They're not durable enough to sustain mild hiking in the deserts, apparently. So I'm willing to pay the difference in the backpack because the North Rim does cost, I think, $60 to $70 more. So I'd be willing to pay that difference. So we'll see if they end up, exchanging this pack for the North Rim, and I'll just have to put up with a dingy, dirty white backpack, I guess, if those materials are more durable. Now, I did, in my email correspondence with the service tech, I did ask them about those materials, and apparently he does say that the materials in the North Rim backpack are stronger materials. Whether or not they actually hold up in the long run, I have no idea, but I certainly would like to find out because this is so frustrating. So as far as customer service goes, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here over the next several weeks to determine what kind of letter grade they get for customer service. So within a week of mailing off the backpack to Hyperlite, I received email correspondence from the same customer service representative that I had been dealing with. And essentially the story is the same. The blame was all placed on this guy. And I just find that absolutely asinine. I lightly used the backpack. How could I possibly cause that much damage in under 10 miles, 3 hikes? I didn't even boulder over any rocks. The backpack never touched any other surface except for my back and of course the ground when I put the backpack down. So I just find it absurd that you would market your product to be this durable product, but yet with light use, you get holes in it. something seems amiss here. So after several emails, I asked for a full refund. I received the full refund, but now I'm out of a backpack. So I'm asking all of you, my viewers, please, if you have a backpack that fits into my criteria that you saw earlier in the video, please leave those suggestions down below so I can check out a backpack and get back to doing what I enjoy doing instead of thinking about gear, which is photographing. Thanks very much. As many of my long-term viewers know, I make YouTube videos for education purposes, but they do take a lot of energy, effort, and time, which is why I'm always thankful for when people stop by and give me the old thumbs up and like the video because they got something useful out of it, or they're new to the channel and they just found me and they found the content and they enjoy the content and they subscribe to the channel. I also enjoy reading everyone's comments below and their contributions. There are a lot of great tips in those comment sections, so it's worthwhile reading through them and seeing what people have to offer and the contributions to that particular topic that I may have touched in a video. So thanks to all of my viewers for supporting me in many different ways over the years and supporting this channel. As always, thanks for watching.